Hi, I'm Void,
I'm Enigma.
and welcome to the CDL Report.
Let's get into it. No matches last week. That was a nice a nice breather after the pretty boring major.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Void? How was your week? No COD this week, so like what were you doing? Touching some grass, I assume.
Not really touching grass. Playing playing a couple of games, playing a little bit of COD, mainly Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, you've been on that
You know,
Marvel Rivals grind, man.
yeah, I was just waiting for the new COD season to drop. You know what I mean?
Yep. And today was the day. Verdansk is tomorrow, I believe. By the time this is up, Verdansk will be out. But we got some new multiplayer maps. Hopefully, they at least one gets into the pool. But probably no chance. We're not going to
No.
get into that today. We are getting into Rostermania. All right. This is what we're getting into. This is what we're talking about today. We got Miami Heretics first off. Super coming in for Lucky. This was probably like the only move that they could make
I
because
mean, they didn't really have a lot of options, especially being
yeah,
a Spanish-speaking team.
yeah,
And Super by far has been the best Spanish-speaking player they
yeah,
can pick up.
yeah. Super's time was due. Like he was gonna be on the team. It was just a matter of when.
I
Uh,
know he had a couple games when
yeah, I
I
think
forget
Metals
who
was
was sick.
sick. Yeah, I think
Metals,
I, I,
yeah,
I think it was Metals was sick,
he was
so
sick.
he filled in. He didn't do that bad.
Yeah, he did okay. I mean,
His search was good in those.
it's kind of with every new player, their first couple games usually aren't amazing.
Yeah,
You definitely there's a big adjustment playing against challenger teams and pro
yeah,
teams.
yeah,
You know, it takes time to really get adjusted.
yeah. You're right.
And I'm really excited to see what he can bring to this Miami Heretics team.
Yeah, I am super excited to see what Super can do. Um, everything like this team's success is defined by what Super and Metals can do. And like it's kind of sad to say just cuz like Lucky was just so ass that Super just not being complete ass is just such an improvement
Bro,
already.
like they just need to get Real and Rancor some help.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
think
what
that's what it
they
comes
did.
down to, yeah. Real is incredible and Renkor's really just came into his own this year. Like I'm I'm excited to see Super. Metals just needs to be consistent. This team's ceiling was that top three at Major One, which I believe we're still in agreement was a fluke.
I mean, it was definitely a fluke, but even the Major One qualifiers, they were playing really well. Like you could
Yeah,
tell their ceiling is definitely up there.
they
I, I
can
don't think
they can
I don't think
compete.
it's a I don't think it's a win a major kind of, but they could definitely compete with
Yeah,
some of the top and middle of the pack teams. You
yeah, for
know,
sure, for sure. Miami, I'm not high on these guys. I'm high on two of these guys. The rest, not so much. I think they could get a top six again. I can't see them getting above top six. I think this team just needs to get rid of the Spanish speaking thing that they got going and keep two of them and get just some North American talent since like that's just kind of what everyone does now. Like the Saudi thing didn't work for Falcons. Like you just kind of can't really do that in a
we'll
league
talk
like
more on
this.
Falcons a little later though.
Yeah, but this is a W change. This is a W change.
100%.
Let's move on to LAG. Kismet and Lunar stay. We got Fellow and Johnny joining this squad. I want to ask you, how big of an improvement is this? And do you think this team can actually like compete and make that comeback?
So any improvement is a good improvement for this team. Like you physically can't get worse.
Yeah,
Especially with Falcons changing, you straight up just can't get worse. I think Fellow and Johnny are really good pickups. You know, I know we've seen like one of their scrims. They didn't do amazing, but obviously probably the first time they're really playing together.
Yeah.
Johnny, though, at least in those scrims, looked really good.
He was cooking at the Challengers event too.
Yeah,
He
Johnny, I
was
think is an
fried.
amazing pickup. And with Fellow, I mean, I don't know what other ARs you could really get. I mean, you can make an argument, maybe get Pro Loot,
Yeah.
but you know, I don't know who else you would have been able to get. Maybe Alec, Arcides,
Yeah.
but I think this is a really good pickup.
Yeah. I fully agree. I'm surprised Lunars is staying. Not that I thought he was bad enough to drop him too. It's just I just thought they were gonna blow it up and keep Kismet personally.
I mean, I don't know who you replace Lunars with. Lunars was destroying challengers. He hasn't looked amazing in the pros, but he hasn't looked bad. And as we've seen with other teams, sometimes like just playing with certain players just isn't a good fit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
100%.
changing these players, he might start to shine. Maybe he gets a little more comfortable, and all that. So I think keeping Lunars was the right play.
Oh yeah, I agree. I just thought he was gonna get dropped too. Like that's just what I was thinking. I didn't want him to get dropped because I thought it was just on the. He was just brought into such a bad situation
Yeah.
that like it was gonna be tough for anyone to really thrive in that. I like this. I really like this change. I just wish it was a change they did a major ago. Like
I definitely agree with that. I think the change came way too late.
it's still possible to make that champs run though. It's not likely, but they're not mathematically out.
Look, Kismet has been in this situation before.
Yeah.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah,
I
Kismet on that New York team, that toxic New York team. What was it? Him, Krim, Hydra, and I think it was Paul X.
yeah,
That was a crazy squad. But they made that crazy run.
I think the changes are really good. I just don't see them like winning enough games and going further enough in the remaining two majors to actually make champs.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Like you said, this should have been done way sooner.
Yeah.
I think they kind of chalked their own season up basically by not making this change sooner.
Yeah. I think they just believed in their guys, which fair. I like that you believe in your guys, but you also have to be realistic about where you are in the season. Um, this champs run would be much more attainable if there was another minor tournament. Like if they had the two more minors, it's
Yeah,
it
but even
brings
with the
something
minors,
else.
I think only like the top two
Top
got
four, no,
the
top four, top four get points. But like it's still something. It's still another way other than league matches and the
yeah,
major
but
to
what,
get
like
points.
3 and 4 only got 10 points. That's just a match win.
They're at 30. They're at 30. Something's better than nothing.
You're right. I mean, they could definitely make champs because what, like 7 and 8 are at like 90 and 80 points. So
Yes, something like
it's
that.
really not impossible.
Yeah, I would love for them just to make that run. Like that'd be a crazy run, especially for Kismet doing it again. Like, can you imagine he does that again? That'd be insane, and it'd be a shame if Kismet doesn't make champs, because he's been so good. He's been so good this year. But these are W changes. I just wish they did it a major earlier. I think that's what a lot of this comes down to. Not just this team specifically, but like just a lot of these rosters. If they did this a major earlier, they'd be in a much different spot.
I agree.
I want to move on to the Minnesota Rocker. The core three stay: Esrio, Geo, Nero. Paul X is gone. The jersey just wasn't fitting. They're
Oh,
bringing
it was
in
way too tight.
Kenny. They're bringing in Kenny. Um,
I really don't know how to feel about this change. Like,
I thought Fellow was like this would be the squad for Fellow.
I agree. I don't.
Like,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like the Kenny pickup.
I'm kind of the opposite. I really like the Kenny pickup if he can actually start shooting again. And he doesn't need to be the Kenny from Vanguard Champs dropping 1.2s. If he can just drop a point 0.9, that's all they need. Because the talent right here is really like nice. Like
Look,
once Nero gets back on his thing, Gio's been pretty good. Estrio's been incredible for these guys. Kenny, as long as he drops a point 0.9, he should be all right on the squad.
well, I think one thing really coming to him is how they're nerfing Omni movement. With how Kenny's play style is, I think that really benefits him, and he'll definitely get more kills, definitely because of stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean, maybe it was just like his mental and being on that optic squad, playing with Pred and all that other stuff. It just didn't work. But if I'm Kenny, I sit this year out personally.
I don't think
You know,
this is a bad spot for him to land though. I thought Ravens would be like that's like best case scenario for Kenny. Obviously, Ravens didn't change. I don't think they want to pay the buyout for Kenny.
bro,
I think that's what it came down to.
I think Kenny just refused the amount of money.
I don't know. I don't know what went down. I heard a bunch of different things, but that would have been best case scenario. This isn't worst case scenario. I don't think it's worst case scenario. Um, this Rocker team's still in that race. They're at 90. They're in 10th, but they're like right there.
They
Uh,
they they really should have made this change earlier.
that's also what we're getting at with like all these squads.
Like Paul wasn't playing bad, but with how far low you are on the leaderboard, you know, you got to make a change.
Yeah, you always got to upgrade. If there's someone out there that can just give you more firepower, you need to upgrade. I said that on the last show with Boston. Boston's not changing. I think that's gonna bite them in the ass. Like you always need to upgrade. But Boston not changing, Rocker changing. I like the Kenny move if Kenny can just literally shoot back. Like I think that's what it comes down to. As long as he's not dropping the point threes he was dropping or the point sevens Paul was dropping. No disrespect to Paul. I like Paul. But like as long as he's dropping like a point 0.9, 0.95, has some hill time, this team can be very good. I'm really high on this core three. Estrio, Gio, and Nero. Nero had a really bad stage. Estrio was lights out. Like Estrio was easily their best player. Gio's been pretty good on land. Online he struggles a little bit, but on land he's been incredible. I like this Rocker team. The Kenny pickup is questionable because you can make the argument. Like I can see why you don't like it. Like the guy was dropping a point 0.3.
No,
Like that's not.
I definitely see your side, like if Kenny is just dropping point eights, points nines, you know, and, like what he brings to the team is definitely a lot more than what Paul did.
Yeah, they
You
need
know,
some leadership. I think that's
he's a
a lot what
he's a
it comes down to.
he's a two-time world championship. He has a great leadership. Like he could definitely improve these players, even if he's not playing the greatest.
Yeah. Uh, I don't think he's that great at this game. I think we've had that discussion on the show already. He's not that great at this game, but he can still perform. Like he's not the worst player in the world. Like
Yeah.
he's got high potential when he's damn good. But I think he can turn around this Rocker squad. I think he can fix these guys. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I think he can. Let's move on. Optic Texas. Pred is gone. Pred is gone from this roster. Hook is back in again. Um, they're
Bro,
in sixth place.
I
So
don't know
what do
what
we?
to say about Hook, but this man turned down offers and got back on Optic Texas. Like
Yeah, I
that is
don't.
insane to me.
It's ballsy. It's very ballsy. I don't know what to say anymore. Like this Optic squad is so weird. Like Hook was incredible for these guys. Like he was their best player on the team at the major. Then he got dropped for Pred. Performance went down for all of them, not just like Pred not performing. Everyone was getting shit on. They dropped Kenny. Pred's gone. Skies is in. Hook is in. They made the two-man change. Um, I like it to an extent. I don't know. I'm just so confused with like what is their goal? Like what are they actually trying to do this year?
Look, I don't know what their goal is, but I really like this change.
You like it. Please.
I really do. I like Hook is a demon at this game. You know,
I fully agree.
he. It's a shame like we haven't seen him play all year.
I agree.
You know, so Pred definitely isn't a bad player. He's a really good player, but I just don't think Pred and Shotzi's playstyle together worked in this game.
Yeah, it
You
didn't
know,
work, but like you
I mean
also
they offered Pred to be a flex, and he flat out refused.
yeah, but I can't even blame him. Like he's been a top 5 sub every year, and
Not this year though.
he shouldn't have to overcompensate for his teammate not being able to shoot back. You know what I'm saying? Like I get why Pred refused it, but that was probably his only chance to stay on the squad. So like if you're not trying to save the squad by biting the bullet and going in the role you've never been in before, the squad was always going to break up.
Yeah,
Uh, like you
I
said, Hook is a demon, bro. This game just fits him so well, and
I don't know how I don't know how far they'll make it because this is the exact same roster from MW2 minus Ghosty.
I mean, with Ghosty, they were able to get some finals.
They were, but they don't have Ghosty.
True,
They got
true.
Skies.
Ghosty was an
Skies is a
anomaly.
Skies is a really good player. Not really at this game.
Yeah. In
Not
these
really at this
matches, he
game.
hasn't been that great. In eights, he's been good. In these scrims, he's been very good. Whatever's
Yeah.
happening in matches, he just has not been able to translate it on the LAG squad. I don't knock him too much on Optic yet, just because he only played 2 matches. Granted, he didn't perform well in those 2 matches, but he's only played 2 matches.
Yeah, definitely got to
Um,
get used to the team dynamic. I mean, this team has just looked really good so far. Obviously, the only thing we have to go off of is the scrims that they
yeah,
stream,
yeah.
which I
I
love
love
that
them.
content.
I love it too, dude. I
I,
love watching these scrims.
I wish more teams stream their scrims.
Yeah,
I know I don't remember which player it was, but he turned on his stream when they're scrimming Optic.
it was Purge. It was Purge from
Was it
Boston,
Purge?
dude. He had a nice POV. I can't lie. I
Yeah.
tuned in a little bit. Like it was nice.
Like I don't think you need to stream every scrim, but if you're versing Optic, I don't see why not get that extra viewership. You know what I
Yeah, get
mean?
that extra viewership. You get some a little money. Someone's bound to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't think it hurts. I think everyone should be streaming their scrims. Obviously, not Search. Search, I understand why no one wants to stream those scrims. I get that. That makes complete sense to me. Hard points, every hard point is going to be so situational that like you can't 100% know everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Uh,
like this team, like
they're looking good though.
they dominated phase and scrims.
That was shocking. I could not
That was
believe that.
that was insane. Even against LA Thieves, uh, every game every game they lost besides two were close. You know, like they made most of those games competitive
Yeah.
besides two of them.
Even against Toronto, they've been scrimming Toronto a lot, and a lot of these games are close.
Yeah, Toronto, as we know, the scrim gods of this game.
They look incredible in scrims. Like genuinely, like I think you can make this is a crazy take. Um, you can make an argument for Joe DeCeves in an MVP conversation. He wouldn't win the conversation, but I think he can be in that conversation because he's easily a top 2 SMG. Sorry,
I don't know who would win MVP at this point in time.
it's gotta be Cell, right? It's gotta be MC or Simp.
I think it's MC personally.
I think so too.
We got a little off topic, you know.
Yeah,
This is Optic we're talking about.
I mean we had two potential MVP candidates on this squad. Dashy and Shotzi in the beginning of the year looked untouchable. Whatever happened in Madrid, whatever at this point, we're a lot of months after that. You gotta just brush that aside and just try to perform to the best that you can. This squad's looking good. I'm excited. I was nervous at first. I was very nervous at first, but after seeing some scrims, after just like seeing the vibes on stream too, like this squad can make a Sunday. I think.
I don't know if they'll make a Sunday, but I think they'll get goddamn close to it.
Yeah. Yeah, this squad has surprised me so far. We'll see how they perform in matches. I believe their first match is against Minnesota Rocker. That means they gotta go up against the Optic Slayer Kenny. Kenny's on it. If Kenny's back on his bullshit, it's actually over for Optic and the league. If Kenny's performing at his top level, Rocker could really steal a major if he's performing at his top level. But that's gonna be a fun one to see. Let's move on to our final team that made a change. The Vegas Falcons. They made the change. Finally.
It's way too late.
Nah, they're making champs. They're making champs. Dude, this would be a generational. Just hear me out. Hear me out. This would be a champs run that would feed generations, all right? They're at 0 points. They're at 0 points in the year. This is kind of doable. Okay. This is...
I don't know what you're smoking, but I need me some of that.
Dude, all right. They just got to get top 4 at both majors, right? And they got to go 4-1 in both qualifiers in order to make champs, roughly. This is doable, especially because I think Miami's not making champs. I think they're going to crash out. LAG's probably not making champs either. This is doable. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I have more faith in that LAG roster than this one.
Yeah, let's get into the squad. Arcides, Pred, Priesta, and Exnid. Pred, the superstar from Optic, going to the Falcons. I assume they gave him a serious bag in order to join this roster. Probably gave him the keys for next year to figure out what, because obviously this team's not going to stick going into next year.
No.
So they're probably trying to figure out how Exnid can do with Pred, and if they keep Exnid with them. I assume they want to because, you know, the Saudi representation.
I mean, Exnid hasn't even been playing that badly either. I think he's been their best player. He's been playing pretty good.
He's shown a lot of potential.
Out of anyone on these Vegas roster squads, because they've made a lot of changes this year.
Yes, they have.
He is the one bright spot. And I think he's the only one out of their entire squads that deserves a spot in this league.
I don't know, man. You didn't like seeing Doom at heli steps on protocol not moving for 50 seconds? You didn't like seeing that?
No.
Yeah, it was a bad roster. I I don't think they realized just what they were getting themselves into. I think that's like an upper management thing. Like
They should have seen it though, because
they should have.
they won this squad at EWC and got pretty slammed.
I don't think they performed that bad at EWC. There were 3-0s, but like the maps were decently close.
They got beat by challenger teams.
Because they are a challenger team.
I know.
That's because
like,
they are a challenger team.
What did they expect putting a challenger team that didn't even place top 16 last year, challengers in the pro league?
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. I don't think they expected this. Like I think that they thought they would get at least a win. I also thought they would get at least a win, even if it was a Neslo, like something. They still haven't won a hard point all year. They needed to blow it up a major ago. There's only so much Clayster can do. Like this is not on Clay.
Bro, can we talk about Clay going from 4 challenger players to coaching Pred, Priesta, Arcides? Like,
I'm sure Clay was loud, I feel like his voice was very heard finally. Like I think he was getting blocked personally.
For me, the only real questionable pickup in this squad is Priesta.
How does he do it? How does Priesta do it?
He's a merchant, man. He just
really like Priesta. I really like Priesta, all right? This is not to knock him or anything. The guy's a world champ. But I have to say it. This guy has not won a LAN match since he won champs in Modern Warfare 2. He has not. I know the rosters. I get that. Yeah, but he had a chance with LAG just to win one LAN match.
That's true.
Like, I don't know. Everything just upsets me with Priesta recently. Just because he's capable of so much more. Like, he won champs. He didn't get carried. He didn't get carried to the chips. He didn't get carried to champs. Yeah, Kismet and Hydra, having those two on the squad is very helpful. But, like, you still need to play your role. And Priesta is that role player. I don't know what they're expecting from him. Like, I don't know what... Because I don't know what they see. I think Prolute was the rumored AR also. I think it was Prolute and Fellow were rumored along with Arcides. Arcides been cooking. He's been cooking in challengers. He was due.
100%. I mean, he's a world champ himself.
Yep.
With how he's been playing in challengers, would he win the last challenger majors as well?
Yeah, he won that. He won challengers champs last year too.
Yeah, like he definitely deserved another shot in this league.
Yeah. If Arcides is back on his bullshit, like people need to be on edge because this guy, when he's good, he is damn good. But we also saw like when he's bad, when he's not trying. At least it looked like from our POV he wasn't trying the last few years.
I mean, I don't blame him on that.
Yeah, the LAG squad is rough.
On that LAG squad, but at the same time, if you're getting paid to play, you got to give it your all.
Yep, I agree. I fully agree with that. Pred on this roster makes me very happy. I think he's just such a superstar, man. Like the guy is so talented, and this year's been very weird for him. Like he had to leave in December. We didn't know if he was even gonna come back this year. He came back, was getting shit on for so much. He picked it up by the end, and then he got dropped when he was their best player on LAN. He needed a change. I think that goes for both him and Kenny. They needed the change. They just didn't want to play together, it looked like. Not Kenny and Pred specifically, but that whole group. They needed to change.
I think that whole roster, they just did not mesh well, especially in this game.
Yeah. Pred, when he's good, he's one of the best players in the world. You build around that. Like, Falcons are gonna build around this. Their season is probably chalked. Like, I know I was saying, oh, they're gonna make champs. obviously they're not making champs. It would take an actual miracle for them to make champs.
I think the only reason they make this change now is to try and lock someone like Pred in for next year.
Yeah, you can't see Pred on the market and be like, oh, we can just get him in the offseason when he just got released. Like, you need to jump on that.
Exactly.
I think so many teams should have jumped on this. C9 should have jumped on this. Ravens should have jumped on this. Ravens especially, personally. Ravens should have changed. But this Vegas squad is not that bad. They're gonna win a series. They're gonna win a
100%.
series. What series? Couldn't tell you, man. Could not tell you.
We got to
But
see them in action to really accurately predict what series they're going to win.
Yeah. They gotta do something. They gotta show some life going into EWC because I've said this so many times in the past. That is their champs. Like that's their event. So they're building to that, and they're giving Pred the keys to the kingdom. You know, like depending on if Exnid performs well with Pred, then they'll probably keep Exnid. They want that Saudi representation, but if he doesn't perform well with Pred, I can see them dropping him and just giving Pred all the keys, like giving him whatever he wants. They'll pay anything.
I mean, if
Yeah.
LA Thieves don't win anything this year,
Can you imagine?
some of those players are gonna be on the market.
I think they're locked into the contract, but Falcons' money's not anything to them. Like they're willing to spend the buyout for the buyout. So if Thieves don't win, don't be like I fully agree. Like don't be surprised if like you see Vegas scrap, you know what I'm saying? Like or Vegas ghosty or something like or Hydra or anything like that. This is a good change. This is a step in the right direction. It's a little too late, but I see the vision. Let's move on. Though that was Rostermania. That was every roster that changed. No one else has changed that I know of. Everyone else stayed the same. Ravens tried changing, but it didn't happen. They're probably chalked for the year.
I don't know how I feel about them trying to change. Now Vivid knows he was gonna get dropped.
Yeah, but I feel like he always knew because he was at least to me he was always gonna be that scapegoat.
I agree, but I don't even think he's their worst player.
He's not. When he's on land, Vivid is their second best player, if not their best player.
I get like not dropping Gwyn because he's so good online.
That's my onliner, man. I love him.
I get he's still new, and you don't want to drop a talent like that. But
yeah. Gwyn might be on the market too. Come this offseason, I think he should be up. And Ravens don't pay their players. They do not pay to extend or anything like that. So that's going to be interesting. This is the best Ravens squad we've seen in a long time. It's just such a shame that they didn't upgrade when they could have. And now they're probably chalked for the year.
Yeah, this is probably their last chance to upgrade.
Yeah. Let's move on. We got some predictions going. We got matches finally. Matches are back after the week-long break. First match, the new Falcons, right? The new Falcons versus Surge.
I don't know how to predict this.
I don't know either.
I think it's going to be a 3-1 Surge. I mean...
I could see that, yeah.
You know, Falcons don't have a lot of time playing together, and Surge looking like a top 3 team. You know?
Yeah, I think Falcons take the search. Actually, I don't know. I think their search might get worse now.
I think their search might get worse.
Pred isn't the best search player. Priesta is improved.
Control.
Their respawns get better.
Yeah.
And that's been their main gripe.
I can see them taking a hard point off Seattle.
Yeah, I can see that.
I just don't know what to predict on this, so I'm just gonna go 3-1 Surge.
Yeah, I fully agree. Optic Texas versus Minnesota. Kenny versus his old squad.
Oh, you're gonna hate me for this?
No, I'm with you, Rocker, right? I'm with you 3-0. Were you thinking the same thing?
I was thinking 3-0 Optic.
Optic. Ooh.
I was thinking 3-0 Optic.
Nah, listen, with Kenny's history against Optic, I cannot root against him.
I don't
Um
know. With what
I'm
I've seen with this Optic
I
squad
am
so far,
I'm gonna concede to the 3-0 Optic side because of the scrims and everything. Like I have no
but just
idea what to expect with
look, I'm
Rocker.
just basing it off what I've seen so
Yeah,
far. We
nah,
haven't
I
seen the
get that.
Rocker squad yet,
Yeah,
so we don't really know how Kenny's performing in scrims.
yeah, yep. 3-0 Optic. I'm gonna concede. I don't think this is gonna happen. I think it's gonna be opposite. I think Rocker 3-0. But hey, it's alright. Toronto and FaZe to close out
3-2
the
phase.
Friday. 3-2 FaZe. I'm feeling an ultra upset.
You think so?
I'm feeling it.
I can see that. I could definitely. There's a world where I see
3-2. I'm
that.
feeling 3-2. Dude, like I don't think I can ever root against Joe Deceives. Dude, like I'm so high on the guy. Like the guy is a monster. He's single handedly winning them
Bro,
maps.
I really wish that Thieves squad from last year stayed together.
Yeah. They probably be top three.
They 100%
Actually,
would
they
be.
might be top two. Because Kremp's been incredible. Ghosty's been damn good. Joe Deceives is like nearing MVP conversations, and Nasty's been that consistent guy. Dude, that would have been something, huh?
That would have been
Yeah.
so good.
I'm feeling an Ultra 3-2. I think Ultra are gonna start out hot. I think FaZe aren't gonna start out hot, but they're FaZe. They're still gonna be like damn good. Falcons Heretics on the Saturday. What do we think? I think Falcons get their first win, man.
I agree with that.
Yep. Do we think 3-1, 3-0, 3-2? I'm feeling 3-0 personally.
I'm feeling 3-1.
3-1? I'll concede. I'll concede to that. 3-1. I like this Falcons squad more than I like the Heretic squad.
I agree.
That's just personally. Ravens, Gentlemates. I'm kind of feeling Gentlemates. The honeymoon stage, bro. It's the new team honeymoon stage. Ravens are compromised. I think LAG win this.
I think it's gonna be either 3-1 Gentlemates or 3-2 Ravens.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like if
I hear you.
Ravens win, I think it's gonna be close, but if Gentlemates win, I think they're gonna show out.
Mhm. Yeah. I think it's like new team honeymoon stage. I think that's what the Gentlemates is going to come down to. But online Gwyn,
That's
online
true.
Gwyn, man, he's like 40. He's like 40 per map. You know what? I like the 3-2 shit. I like it. I like it. We'll go 3-2. I think LEG are gonna win, but hey, I concede. Optic in New York. New York stayed. New York stuck it out with their roster. Optic, what do we think?
You're not gonna like me for this.
Let me hear it. Let me
I
hear
think
it.
Optic wins.
You think Optic wins?
I'm really high on this new Optic roster.
I can tell.
I really
What do you
like
think?
what they put together and how they've looked. They look like a completely different
They do.
team. They
They do.
look like the team from Major One.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
How do you think they win though? 3-1, 3-2, 3-0? What do we think here?
I think it's gonna be a 3-2, and I think C9's gonna win the search and the control.
Oh, so you think C9's gonna go for the Neslo? All right, I see that.
Exactly.
I see that. I can yeah, I can see that. C9's
See,
been really good at search.
we haven't really seen any of Optic Search, so we don't know how good they are.
Yeah.
They've looked really good on control, but C9 has they the maps they take off top teams is usually control.
Yeah. C9's really good at control, especially
Yeah,
Hacienda. They look incredible at Hacienda
exactly.
control.
So
So
I
that's probably
definitely
getting
see them
banned.
winning. I see them winning the control. I think it's gonna be a three. They're gonna win at least one map, and it's gonna be the control. Uh, with how they've
Yeah.
looked on search, obviously we can't really tell how good Optic has been looking on search,
Yeah.
but C9 have been looking really good, so I think they take the search and control.
I would love a game 5. I want as many game 5s as we possibly can get after getting like no game 5s last stage.
But for like 2 months now, we've gotten like
Yeah.
what 2 or 3 game 5s.
I think you're actually right. I think it's like 2 or 3. What was it? It was Boston and FaZe.
Seattle.
Surge Phase at the major. I think that might have been it. That's
Yeah.
insane. That's insane. All right. That is crazy. Optic C9 3-2. I'm gonna concede with you to that. I think the honeymoon stage could favor Optic. I think C9 is the better team from what I've seen. Like I just think they're better in every mode collectively. But honeymoon stage, you know. Boston Breach and Toronto Ultra rematch from the major.
Rio Ultra.
Yeah,
There's no question about it.
yeah. What this comes down to is AR diff. Like the ARs on Boston online just can't shoot. So I just think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And the Sunday, take it away, please.
Rocker Breach. This is a hard game to call. I mean,
Snoopy Masterclass. Snoopy Masterclass is what I'm feeling.
I think it's gonna be a 3-1 Breach personally.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. Snoopy's just been incredible, man. Like everything this guy does, like even at the major, you just heard in the. I know the Thieves were struggling on that Thursday, but in that listen, you just heard Snoop, Snoop, Snoop. Everything was just calming, kill Snoopy, and they couldn't kill the guy. The guy's incredible. The guy's been incredible this year. I think Breach take this one.
FaZe Raven. I think it's gonna be a 3-0 FaZe.
I think it's a hot 3-0. I think Ravens are compromised. They're compromised.
They're gonna make champs based off the past year.
But are they? If they drop a lot of series, they could put themselves in danger.
I don't think they're gonna win some series. You know, they're not a terrible team.
True,
so
that's true.
They're gonna win some series.
They should make champs.
At least they should.
Yeah.
They should still make champs. I don't see this team winning champs though.
That'd be awesome though. Imagine that.
Unless Gwyn somehow magically discovers how to play on LAN. Like
listen, if Gwyn figures out how to play on LAN, this is a top 4 team. Easily. Yep. It's the fact that 5. No, I think 4. I think personally, I think they would be better than Ultra. I think they would be better. I think they would be better than Surge.
Maybe I'm just way too high on Ultra.
I'm also very high on the Ravens. Like I really like what Slasher has done this year. I've really liked what I've seen out of TJ. His search has been unbelievable. Gwyn online, if he can just translate it to LAN, he's a force to be reckoned with. Let's get to the last series. I don't know.
So, I think it's LA Thieves win either way.
Okay.
I think what comes down to is how, like, Thieves definitely aren't happy with that major.
Yeah.
Like, whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think they're going to come back firing on all cylinders.
Oh, so you're thinking hot 3-0.
I think it's 3-0, 3-1.
I'm feeling 3-0. I'm feeling 3-0. Surge have proved that they are the real deal.
100%.
They are a force to be reckoned with. They proved that on LAN, which was my main concern. I just think they're gonna start out not as hot as the Thieves because the Thieves got something to prove here.
Exactly.
This is a Thieves squad that are coming into this match pissed. You know what I'm saying? Like they are pissed at their performance. They know it's unacceptable. I think Scrap tweeted it when they lost that it was unacceptable. Like they know. They know they should be in that grand finals if not winning the major, you know? They should have like that was their major to win, I feel like. Um because now teams are getting better. Now, how much better? Who's to say? But all these teams upgraded to an extent.
I agree.
That's the weekend. That's the episode. Rostermania and some weekend predictions. Uh, any final thoughts, Void? We got anything else we want to say?
Uh, I think this is gonna be the best weekend of COD we've had in a while.
I agree. I agree with that. I'm hoping for some map fives.
Especially with all the changes, I think a lot of these matches are going to be a lot closer than they
Yeah,
would have otherwise been.
100%.
And I'm really excited for this weekend.
Yeah, we got some new maps coming in too. We got Rewind back. We got Dealership S&D. We
I don't
got
know how
any
I feel
thoughts
about
about
Dealer.
that? Yeah, not many thoughts.
Look, I definitely love the Rewind S&D coming back. I thought
Yeah,
it played pretty good on S&D, especially better than Vault and Protocol.
yeah,
Uh, I haven't seen or played Dealership S&D
yeah,
more than once. So I can't really form an opinion on it.
yeah. I'm in that
But
same
from
boat.
everyone that has played it, from what I've heard, not that good.
From what I heard, it's Skyline. Like it's pretty much Skyline.
Yeah, and I hate Skyline S&D.
Yeah, my thing is, as long as it's better than Vault or Skyline, one or the other, as long as it's better, it should be in the pool. That's not how we should judge, like, get these maps in. Like, we should have good maps in the pool. That's just not the world we live in right now.
Yeah, this game has just been held back by the map pool this entire
Yeah.
year. Like, this could have been such a great game, but the maps have just
Yeah.
been absolutely terrible this year.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they add some new maps since it's a new season. Uh, we'll we'll see. We'll wait and see. Thanks for watching. Enjoy, guys.
Have a
So.
great day.